I got fired, and to get a year's salary, I had to sign an agreement not to compete with the province. So I had to look for something new, and we had a small investment, David Gilmore and I, in the Pacific, and from there we turned that. We became quite good in business. When you start with the basement, you have to become good.
Efficient.
Yeah, you really have to. I mean, you can always delegate the technological part to engineers better than you. When it came to business, though, the maneuvering of the governments and the grants and the finances, it became more us and became more our specialty. And we were able to apply that to the hotel industry, and we've done quite well. And so we built up a great hotel group starting from Fiji, Hong Kong, Australia, and New Zealand, called Southern Pacific Hotel Corporation, which we sold out because by that time I had children, and I did not want to go through what I've gone through, not to have a proper home and come to Canada when they're ready to go to college. I want to grow up in Canada and have an infrastructure of friends and contacts.
Yeah, I
feel
like
at home here. Yeah. And I had 5 kids, so I came back, sold that, and came back with the money we made, and moved into natural resources. Oil was our first investment. Quickly got wiped out in oil.
What year were?
79.
Okay.
Everybody said oil would go to $100. It didn't. We lost quite a bit of money. And then I moved quickly into mining, which was very related. I had a good board. I had some good fellow and joint investors with me, Canadian institutions, Guardian Capital, Joe Rotman, who started off the Rotman School afterwards. And we got really lucky in the gold mining area. We teamed up with good people along the way. We got some lucky breaks, and that became then the genesis of Barrick Gold.
Because you're the initial founder of Barrick Gold. So had you invested in gold already?
No,
How did that work?
In Barrick, which we created to be the holding company, and we put the money we got from the sale of the hotel group. When I came back, we had an investment company in Toronto, and we looked for natural resources. Our first investment was in oil and gas in Calgary. We got wiped out because the oil price went down instead of up. And then with the remaining money, we said, let's go into gold and gold mining. And we made our first investment in Northern Ontario, a small amount, and then we went on from there, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and Barrick, Barrick became the largest gold corporation in the entire world. So, yeah, quite impressive. Where were all these gold mines? So you started with Northern Ontario?
Northern Ontario, Wabba.
What else?
The next one, we bought a company called Camflo, which was a well-known Canadian public company, which went into default on their debt because they diversified from the Malartic region in Quebec, in Val-d'Or, and the Ontario-Quebec border, which they had a great mine, the Camflo mine, and they diversified from there into coal, oil, and thermal energy, all of which collapsed. They couldn't pay back their bank. The bank came to us and said, we need somebody to rescue the company. We need, I think, 100 million equity, which we put up. The bank gave us control of the company, and then we merged Camflo into Barrick, and we ended up with a fabulous team of Camflo mining executives. Bob Smith, Alan Hill, Dr. Meikle, all second, third generation Canadian miners, totally experienced, absolutely competent in their field, outstanding, I would say, in metallurgy, in geology, in geotechnology, in mining per se, mining management. And my job was really to run the business part. And we really formed a very successful cooperation between the miners who I totally trusted and the miners who trusted me with business. And that really was the foundation of Barrick's success. So we merged Barrick and Camflo, called it Camflo, I called it Barrick Gold. Then they bought a big Texas, the oil companies were falling on hard time. They, in the good days, when oil went from $9 to 60 or 70, they diversified and they went to mining. Now they had to tighten the belt, so they kept on selling the mines. We bought all the Texaco mining assets in White Plains, and Bob Smith within bringing in his Canadian technology from a big company, oil company, management, which was bureaucratic, large, didn't know a damn thing about mining. Just every time we bought a mine, doubled the production, half the overhead. And it became a bit of a stock market darling. Once you're a stock market attraction, you had the currency to buy more things. So we bought Homestake, which was one of the oldest American gold companies with deposits in California and Nevada. Then we bought Goldstrike, the mineral deposits in the middle of Nevada. And then we bought Lac Minerals, and we did some 14 acquisitions. Because with each and every acquisition, our stock went up. The stock gave us a currency. And Bob kept on exercising, Bob Smith, our president, exercised his magic with a great team of miners. Bought the Canadian knowledge, know-how, morality, management competence, geological competence, metallurgical know-how into bear on all the mines. And in every single time, in every single way, they improved the performance, which the market loved. And we became, within 10 years, the most profitable gold mining company in the world, far from being the biggest. And then we did two big acquisitions. One was Lakeshore Lac Minerals, the old Lakeshore Lac Mineral gold mines in Ontario, who at that time controlled the Latin American big copper and gold belt in Argentina called El Indio. That was a Sir Harry Oakes Lakeshore that became, through his broker's son-in-law, Peter Allen, Lac Minerals. And then we did our biggest acquisition that made us the biggest in the world, which was the combined Placer Dome mines, called Placer Dome, which was by far Canada's largest gold mining operation. I think probably that time third in the world. And once we bought them, which at that time was the largest Canadian mining acquisition, we became the world's biggest.
Okay, wow.